was not that bad.
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.
GM, welcome back everyone to More Than Speculation.
What's up? What's up? All right. What is going on in DevCon? I've been seeing a lot of videos, but I did not go because I wanted to be locked in. So, are you regretting?
You wanted to be locked in?
Are you regretting?
Yes.
Going to
Okay.
DevCon?
Okay. So I bought Peanut a few days before DevCon, and I consolidated it to Moodang, and now I want to kill myself. But okay. Anyway, that's just okay. But it's honestly it's such a hassle to like run around the city while also like looking at the crazy markets. But yeah, so I'm calling in live from DevCon. For our listeners, that's the Ethereum Developer Conference, that happens, I think, once a year. And they just changed the location where it happens. This time around, it's in Bangkok. So it's been a pretty crazy metropolis to like navigate to. It's just like sending an Ethereum transaction. It's very, very slow everywhere.
Bro,
I know, but I think
is the motorcycle the parallel execution of of the traffic?
yeah, it's like running in parallel with all of the cars, right? But yeah, no, I think the biggest takeaway so far was definitely Justin Drake's announcement about Beamchain, which is that ELDR is a proposal to improve the Ethereum base layer, right? So to improve on the L1, not on the L2. And I personally think, just from like chatting with a few friends and folks here, people are still extremely skeptical about that because the timeline is 2029, bro. That's like 1 cycle and a half, right? And again, like people might say, hey, they have the long-term vision and like all of that, but it's really just, I don't know. Like I feel like like I'm sure it's not just me. I'm sure you too must have seen it on like Twitter. But the whole Ethereum like political and just like sentiment back and forth, it has been like the main topic of CT for the past couple of months. People are saying, oh, we're losing to Solana, right? So like we need to do something. But then inside Ethereum, it feels like there are many different groups. So I think it's a wait and see. They should have used DevCon better. I'm gonna end with this. They should have used DevCon as if like Apple use its main conference. They should announce something great. They should really hype it up, but I just don't feel like it.
Seeing Beam, I'm sad and excited at the same time. Like, that's how pathetic I am. I'm sad because the timeline is dumb. The timeline is okay, right? But you don't publicly tell people because you should understand the crypto industry. And I'm happy because I'm an ETH boy, and seeing that I'm kind of excited, like disregarding timeline. That's why I think I'm pathetic. But yeah, how does that work actually? So when they propose it, does that mean it's execution already, or is it like a proposal where people still gonna be like, "Oh, let's do this, let's not," kind of thing?
No, I mean, like, I think there's still going to be a couple of years, I think 1 or 2 years of discussion. And again, folks, you can triple check this on Justin Drake's X account. But as we all familiar with,
All right,
even
let's
with
move
proof
on.
of stake, yeah,
Let's
good. Yeah, but like,
revisit it.
no, but
Let's
like
talk about
basically,
the
it's
year
going to be a
after.
couple of years. Yeah.
Okay. What else?
It's actually
cool in
something
DevCon?
funny. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think two other interesting things. All of the DeFi OG were holding their conference, so they had like a panel with Lido, Uni, Compound, basically all of the DeFi OG. So I think the DeFi OGs are excited because of the change in the regulatory landscape in the US, and also feels like this whole DeFi renaissance, blah blah blah. Uni has Uni Chain, as you might be aware. But I think overall, it's really just still, if I can recap it, the whole political drama around like ETH, L1, and then excitement around the new upcoming chain, Movement, Bera, Monad, right? Like those are like the big three coming chains, and then just like this DeFi renaissance. That's it. You're not missing much, honestly. I mean, it's a nice conference, but like,
All right, cool. That's all I needed to know. So like TLDR, no alpha, right? Or is there any other more things you can share?
I think it's really okay. Let me just put it this way: like, this is not like, I don't know any proof or like any names, but I think the alpha is still majors and memes. I've been hearing more and more funds who's basically deploying into memes, right? So like, we will see how that plays out, but yeah.
Okay. Did you see any new teams or new sectors that raise your attention in DevCon?
other than shilling my own book. No.
Okay. Show me your book. Show me your book, bro.
No, I mean like the one that just got announced last week was TAC, and basically they're gonna help you connect if you're building on like EVM, they're gonna help you deploy to Ton. It's gonna be extremely seamless, backed by a lot of people, including us. And I think it's just one of the analogy that some like internally we talked about this was that like Ethereum, if you watch Game of Thrones, Ethereum is like Westeros, and like Ton is like this exotic, sexy place, right? It's like the Martell family. It's like Dorne, because basically like there's like a lot of interesting things there, but you don't really know what is going on. So we back TAC or TAC because they're gonna be the bridge between those two, basically. Yeah, like again, it's not even like fully EVM related, but yeah.
Do you think Ton is slowly losing its market attention?
That's honestly a very good observation. I think it's because right now the market is less PvP, but it's starting to become more PvE again. And I think Ton's PvE edge isn't as strong as we might have initially thought, because a lot of their users are very low, like dollar value, like per transaction type of users, right?
Yeah.
So like I think that's why like we have seen it's underperforming compared to like majors and soul memes, but I think they will act about it, so we will see.
How's your FOMO?
Bro, like other than Peanut, I'm feeling good. I mean, but it's just crazy, honestly. It's I think a lot of people were still somewhat sideways, but maybe like not fully, somewhat sidelined, but not fully sidelined. But now it's definitely like the time to go back into the casino. It's time to play blackjack again. It's just that you have to make sure that you play your cards right, because if you go too big, or if you don't go big enough, then you might, it's all like mental game, basically.
Bro,
But like, what about you? Like, what your friends been like asking?
Okay, I'll share mine, but like, bro, I don't think you realize how suits you have became throughout the years. Like what you said just now is so high level and like, oh yeah, Marco have spoken, but like you just jerked off in circle where I don't know what you said.
Oh God. Okay. Here's the freaking summary. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's the freaking summary, okay? I am fully deployed. This is not financial advice. I am fully deployed, mostly on Sol and memes. I personally like lower market cap and animal. Like I like Mudang, okay? This is not financial advice. I like Mudang. I am into the tech of the sentient AI memes, but I personally don't get because I think it's a bit too nerdy. You know what I mean? Like if you chat to like a freaking plastic manufacturer in Asia, look at this, this AI meme, it can like chat on its own. Sure, you might have one or two winners, but I think it's just harder to get them to buy it, and we already have GOAT, right? So we already have like the blue chip of the AI coins. I think even if there's like another one, it's only gonna be one more. So yeah, I'm like more into like the cultural meme, again, not financial advice. I have to repeat that again, but it's like Mudang, Luce, and a bunch of others. And dude, like, okay, here's some small alpha, but again, this is freaking degenerate. Okay, so please do not do this. I think one of the most interesting play that I've heard, without naming names, but like a founder that we really respect, is that you need to pay attention to like what's hot in Web 2 and see if anybody's making the meme version of that. Like that's pretty much what happened of it, right? And this guy showed me Labubu, bro.
Okay. that I don't know what Labubu
yeah.
was.
It's like Beanie Babies. Okay, like maybe we can share our screen here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like those toy that girls, like Asian girls, bro, like Chinese girls, like to put on their bags, man. Yeah, and those sells like hotcakes, dude. It's like you have to buy it on like eBay. Yeah.
Is that the pop?
Is it like a Chinese name?
Yeah. Show me the pic.
Yeah. Here. I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah. Again, folks, this is not financial advice. It's like freaking sub 10 mil. Okay, so like, I'm not recommending this, but it's crazy like how. It's this, bro. It's this.
Okay. I know what this is. Alright, cool.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
the
just
name
like
of it, by the way? How do you spell it?
Labubu. That's the English name.
It's Pop Mart, right?
Again, Pop Mart may be similar, but I don't think it's like Pop Mart. Yeah.
I see. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah. But anyway, like that's sort of like what's interesting to me, like seeing like what's hot in Web 2 and see if you can like DJ on it on like the crypto markets. Yeah, again, like I think that's an underrated skill.
I agree. It's the sense, right? I've been seeing how different. I've been very deep into the trenches, but like instead of just looking for tickers, I'm trying to figure out how people see tickers. So like apparently tonight, yeah. So apparently, it's essentially what you're saying, right? Like it's a good tick that you want to look at what Web 2 is cool, and then they're gonna try to long it in memes.
Yeah.
And then so tonight there's a big full moon event. So like there's another
There's
way
a big
of,
what event?
I don't know, like some natural causes, the full moon at max kind of thing. Like it's basically you see the moonlight at its max peak or something like that. But like you can imagine,
Okay.
so like this is like social hacking meme. So like imagine if you launch a meme coin that's about the full moon, which is going to likely be trending on Instagram, TikTok, etc., etc. Then you do a meme and it should come up kind of thing. So basically, like essentially that's the logic of Peanut as well, right? If you think about it highly in some point of view. And yeah, basically that's it really. That's just it. Like and it's like Web2 social media trend, how many people might connect or might want to long that concept, which is freaking gambling, which I don't mind. I just want people to accept that it's not investing or trading.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, it's yeah, I think it's crazy. Like the past what, like it's just like 2 weeks, bro. But it really reminds me like the beginning of the bull market. I mean, like, what's the reaction of your friends? You know, like, have you gotten like any small top signals? You know, like 2 to 3 friends that come back every 4 years and just like, hey, bro, which coin should I buy?
Bro, you know, I had no chills. I have zero chill. I basically what I did was there was a bunch of people that told me that like, our crypto is dead. You should stop talking about it. Like they don't even know who I am online. I tagged them in a group. The group no one spoke for the past year. I tagged them and say, bro, what price did you sell your Bitcoin? And then someone said, why are you doing this? And he said 27K. And I'm like, you deserve that shit. I had zero chill. I was like, me as a cult spreader of crypto, I need to FOMO to
as a
retail.
cult spreader, yeah.
Yeah, and it's your job as well, right? Like, come on.
It's all of our job.
So like FOMO for me last week was real, actually. It was very, very real. Like the FOMO past 2 weeks was very real. But like here's what I did, right? So I actually explored every single sector. So I went through so I'm gonna make you do that rating thing. So I went through
Sure.
AI memes, lightly on science, something on AI, something on different chains, visiting Base, revisiting Aptos, revisiting Sway. Essentially, what I'm trying to do is to go into every sector and post a thread and see how much traction it gets. Because like from
That's
there,
a very good test.
And then I can see how bullish and how much people actually want to read or comment on it. And then you can see that yeah, and maybe that's something that will work. Because, like, the thing is, like, chasing memes are cool, right? But, like, I still don't think I don't have an edge there. So, like, I can't... So, like Peanut, right? Because I'm not US-based. I don't know why I just missed it. My friend Marco didn't ping me, so I just didn't know. And then when I saw the video of the owner of Peanut crying, I was like, oh shit! If I only have seen this like earlier when Marco would have pinged me, I would have longed it. but I guess I just don't have the edge, right? So like my edge is that like when AI meme come up, I feel it and I'll buy it. But like I cannot be deep in the trenches like that, and I just need to make more friends better than Marco. But like so.
Shut up.
But so
Even I missed it, man.
But my goal is to see what's next, right? So like I've been longing a lot of different sector of memes. In some sense, that's like animal, maybe the BNB savior, maybe the meme coin of each chain that wants to come up, like the meme of Say, the meme of Aptos. I'm just testing out different plays in small size to see what's up. I'm still in the camp of you can make a lot of money in memes, but it's not sustainable money. Like it's like NFTs, right? Like you go into subsectors of NFTs, of cool NFTs, Asia art NFTs. Like there's remember back in the days, but when it's gone, it's gone. So I want to be just dive full in the sector, but like understand the broader or maybe the next page as well, kind of thing. But obviously, profit driven, I need to look at memes as well, right? But yeah,
the issue with memes on other chains, I feel that it tends to be, you know, like it's a public secret by this point, right? It's mostly done by either the insiders or trying to help incentivize people. Oh, there's exciting things to trade on X chain, right? So if we help bootstrap some of these memes, maybe people will come and trade and stick around and become long-term users. The issue with that is that oftentimes that's very short-lived, and unfortunately, I would say the cross-chain infra, even though it has improved so much more, is still not that fast for you to do capital rotation, right? Like, let's say again, I'm just gonna use two very big names. If you're a Brett whale and you wanna buy Mudeng, right, from base to Sol, like it's not like less than 10 seconds. It needs to be that fast, I think, for all of these other newer chains to feel the same liquidity surge. And one smaller alpha that I forgot to mention, but that's related to this. Again, I cannot name the teams, but like basically there are a couple teams who are like not building on Sol, right? Building on like other chains and like pretty famous. They are considering to see if they can have a Sol element just because the liquidity volume in Sol is insane. So they're thinking, okay, maybe our core tech can still be on EVM. It can still be, but can we do something with like the more speculative part, the more trading part, right, of our products on Sol, and somehow like under the hood connected, through like one of these like wallet chain abstraction, blah blah. That's just a tech decision, but I think that's what's very interesting with this cycle is that the liquidity is still mostly on Sol. Yeah.
So out of the DGen hat, right, on the product realistic side, I think that's first I think that's a smart choice. So like have you been playing, it's called Upshot. Upshot.
Oh yeah, like was it the old one, like the like NBI? Oh wait, no, that's Top Shot.
No,
which
not
one is
Upshot.
Upshot?
No, shit. The meme coin for retail. I forgot the name. I've been using it. Like, let me get my phone.
Moonshot.
Yeah, Moonshot. So like
Yeah.
Moonshot, right? The user is actually not on Sol. Like, if you think about it,
Yeah,
like
no,
they are literally the wallet app in some sense. So this is the first time that I feel like chain abstraction bullshit might actually work there, because the user are not cryptally native.
Yeah, and I think the way that they market it is completely different. I was seeing some videos of like high schoolers on TikTok trading on Moonshot. It's actually pretty crazy. It's
So-
like all of these like Gen Z reference memes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because their entry is the wallet, not the actual chain. So like if you look at like Trader Joe, which is basically one of the best examples of successful being cross chain, I would say, from AVAX to Arbitrum to ETH mainnet, and then going to Monet as well. They launched Token Mill, which is like their version of Pump.Fun on Solana, but they couldn't get that much traction because their user was natively on AVAX or Arbitrum in some sense.
Right.
And then it's annoying to bridge, basically. I didn't bridge. I just used my other Sol wallet to use it. So
Wait,
like,
so you're saying like it's annoying for their AVAX users to basically bridge to Sol
I
to
imagine.
use the product.
Imagine. Either they are like maxi that don't want to go over, but also it's like if I don't already have a Solana wallet set up, I really couldn't be bothered, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because there are a lot of pump funds competitor, but they don't seem to be able to get as much traction.
I am very bullish on execution, right? So I think Trader Joe's team has great execution, and if they, as a team with that reputation, were not able to execute a token meal, it's only launched for 3 days, so I might be jumping the gun here. But they have a lot of small features that is doing quite well. I think can be done well. But yeah, so you can see how the user fragmentation and the flow is annoying. But yeah, back to the different chains pumping their own memes, right? The problem with memes is a community effect. But if you use meme coin as a community growth hack, it's kind of counterproductive, if that makes sense. So people kept thinking Solana use meme coin to bootstrap more people, but the fact is they already have a core community. They use meme coin to bootstrap them, and then attract people. But like that's the thing with everyone, right? Like so people kept like just like when you make it something as a product and you don't follow the product through from 0 to 1, people that write threads on Twitter be like, they made it because of points farming. Pendo made it because of points farming. Solana made it because of meme coins. But like if you were actually experience the whole cycle, it's a lot more than that, and it's not just like
it's a lot more than that. Yeah.
It's like people saying that, oh my god, if I'm running a protocol, I will have an intern account and that would drive people. I think people don't understand how hard it is to run an internet account.
Yeah. That's. I think it kind of goes back to like people think it's so easy just to like because folks are path dependent, right? So they saw like what has been done before. That yeah, if I just do everything like what they've done, I should get 90% of their results. But oftentimes it's just like less than 30%.
Okay. Next topic. Thoughts on the market right now. We had a big dump, well, a little dump today. What do you think about the market this week or next week, let's say?
Yeah, I am still very bullish. I think I'm more on the camp that we are still because some people say we are on the first inning or the second inning of the bull market. I think either first or second doesn't matter. Like this is still gonna be again not financial advice, but this is still gonna be I think up and to the right. I just think it's because I think people underestimate what it means now that okay, since the last time that we recorded this podcast, like Trump's government owns all the all it owns the House, the Senate, blah blah. And again, we're not here to talk about politics, but like if they keep their promise to crypto, basically, that's gonna be an insane amount of growth. And I don't know what I'm actually a little bit scared because I think people are gonna go crazy with this stuff, and a lot of people are gonna get wrecked because I think scammers are also gonna have an easier way to scam, right? So it's like a double-edged sword. Like we are gonna have a much better like legal structure now. Like those multi-billion-dollar funds can just pump and buy Bitcoin and buy our backs, and like alts can actually accrue value, blah blah. But scammers can also scam. So like I don't know, but I'm definitely much more bullish until I think the only reason why we might see a minor dump is like end of the year accounting, for like some of these, or like like if it's like Chinese New Year, like people want to sell stuff early next year. I don't know, but I think it's like more bullish.
Okay, inserting bullishness. So let me tell you. So I don't trade leverage basically, unless I'm hedging things. So funding rate heat map is essentially how high the funding rate is. Higher the funding rate means people are taking more leverage in a very high point of view. The orange color means people are higher it is basically. I'm using a very extreme chart, by the way, just to let you have a feeling of like the difference and how high level. But you can see this is the funding rate through a year. And
right
for the last mini runs last year, you can see how much funding rates are like took in terms of time. And we are actually so early. But obviously, you can argue that the money is coming in from ETF, so not as much people are taking leverage. But this is some indication of we are only in the start of people starting to use leverage, in my opinion, anyways. But yeah, so this is some bullishness and some small things that I look in. Anything?
This is interesting because you're right. I mean, like, again, we are talking a little bit more technical macro trading related here, but looking at funding rate and just like open interest, right? So they kind of goes hand in hand. We're not going to go and start explaining those terms in great details. There are a lot of other resources out there, but basically if you pay attention to those two metrics, what Lambro just summarized, it tells you how levered the market is, right? So what you want to see is that if it gets too high and we get a dump, that the dump isn't too insane, right? And if the market creeps up, those goes up much lower, right? So you don't want to see them go up in parallel like this, because then it means that people are just being extremely greedy, and you would get like a massive wick if somebody sells. Yeah, that's the TLDR. So far, this is a very bullish sign.
I agree. The only thing I think this compares with previous cycle, which is that a lot of money might be coming from ETF, which is not going to be reflected on the funding rate map. But yeah. Okay, let's talk about what I did last week. Because I'm not great at spotting memes, so I started doing a bit of rotation and swing trading. So my initial thought is this is not going to be life-changing gains, but like rotating to underperforming things that have a narrative. If you look at these charts, right, these are
cool trading view setup, bro.
So the bars are basically the Bitcoin price. You can see by here in the color.
Lambro's charting. My God. sorry.
Okay. You can see BNB, Sway, Aptos, and Solana basically. You can see how Sway and Solana it's outperforming compared to BNB and Aptos. a lot. If you look at these colors, so these two are basically BNB and Aptos. My thoughts is they are both retail good coins with fundamental-ish that it should make a run. Like if it suddenly go like a 20 to 50% run, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is just purely vaporware kind of thing. So my play is that once people want to go to alt market and they can't find a sector to just ape into, this might be somewhere that they're going to park their money, just like DeFi coins. Because if you look at DeFi coins, right, the regulation is far away, but people are rotating into it because they can.
Yep.
In my opinion. So that's why I'm starting to consider rotation play, that people are just like, why not let me rotate some money in? And the good thing about going to BNB is that it hasn't been moving past few months, I would say, in comparison to other coins. CZ just got out. He's been very active. They've been listing some tokens as very good. They are proven to bring value to BNB token with the listings. So I think it's a lower downside trade with potential good swing upside. Whereas Aptos is like a leverage version of it. So like right now I am positioning myself with these two things.
Do you think we are at a stage of the market that you still want to take profits to majors and not to stables?
Mama ain't raised no bitch. But okay. I am in a so not gonna lie, I am not in the best mental state. So I see people making like a lot of money. Like I'm a semi-meme curver, and even if I go into memes, it's not in size. So like it doesn't. My P&L is compared to other people are not as good, and so my mental state is not there. I try to recalibrate and just keep the momentum of try everything and stay in my own lane. That's why I started doing this trade as well. It's not going to change my life, but it's going to be still good, like a good ROI.
It happens, bro. It happens. Yeah.
And
we should do like a therapy session sometimes. I think it's going to be very, very useful for the listeners. No, I'm actually not kidding. Like a lot of like even like when I meet with like portfolio founders, they would be like, "Oh, I missed X money because I'm busy building. I cannot look at the markets." A lot of them likes to talk about this. Like even just the hardships of the markets or just being a founder, and hey, even being a retail too, right?
The best therapy I can get is by Marco telling me news like peanut earlier, or just airdropping money.
Okay.
But yeah, like so back to like my point is that actually I'm okay with rotating my gains to other stuff, but I am not deploying more stables yet. To be honest, I think there should be a big dump, or it needs to be. The reason why I'm researching to every sector is because so like I mentioned before, right? I made a little bit of money in XE, in GameFi. I made a little bit of money in DeFi 3.0 that had a mini run. I made a bit of money in ETH killer cycle. I don't see that right now. Like not including memes, which I have no edge in. So like I will only deploy more stables unless I see that. Or if there's a big dump in the market, I'll deploy more stables into majors. So and then right now I'm rotating profits into different places.
That's okay. I know it's not super related to what you just said, but I want to tie it this way. I think one of the reasons why you're not seeing those kind of new primitives, like Axie, DeFi 3.0, and I was just chatting with a couple people about this. There is nothing new yet in this cycle for retail to play with. Like DeFi and NFTs were last cycle. That's why retail are playing with memes. Now, what I'm going to say that's not fully related is that one of my prediction, and I'm quite convinced by a couple of friends, that of the sector that has a better chance to become that for retail is going to be crypto X AI agents. And again, let me expand on that like just a little bit, right? I think crypto X AI, and like credits to Dovey, like Primir's founders for like tweeting about this, often feels like an arranged marriage, bro. It's like it's just like it's so forced. But at the same time, we know that for an AI agent, and again, we're talking about real agents. Yeah, it's not like you prompt something and then it does. That's not a real agent. For an AI agent to somehow handles you to move your money between banks, that's gonna take years, bro. Like that's gonna be like forever. So what's interesting is that crypto has always been like a regulatory arbitrage and a capital formation play, and we're starting to see how like artists like NFTs AI researchers and engineers like crypto because they know, okay, now my agents can handle money. I can like try to charge in stables. Oh, so the agents can just move money on its own, handles money on its own. Like they looked at Goat and now they're trying to think, can I do more here? Can I launch my own like agents and like tokenize it? It's like AI 16Z virtuals. There's like a lot of protocols that are working on this, right? I think if they do something right, they might be able to be the toy, right? The toy that like your like average nerd who are playing with DeFi and like NFTs are gonna come back and like play with. Yeah.
I agree. Like that's it. I agree, and I've been looking, but I couldn't find what.
Not yet. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
same here.
anything?
No, I mean like if I've seen, I would let you know. It's just like, but I think right now the tricky part is that it's not as easy to do that, right? Like I think they need to make it easier, so you don't need to be like a somewhat great coder to play with like all of this.
Yeah, I agree. So like, yeah, 100%. So I've been looking into sectors because of this, but at the same time, I have no conclusion and no things. I think the problem with AI is that there's too much noise and there's no one clear winner that leads the place yet. Like how XC led the space and then people fork it, whereas Goat and maybe Virtuals short-lived a little bit too quickly. That there's nothing that pumped consistently for like maybe 3 months for the retail to pick up, in my opinion, and for people to actually agree with that model.
Yeah, there's like no consensus winner yet. No, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And the problem of that is because of the mechanics. Like XC's mechanics were not perfect. XC's tokenomics were not perfect. The only reason why it survived is because people were not as educated and experienced in tokens before, so they don't know how to exit or they don't know when to exit. But right now it's
the
going to be
retailers are
harder.
smart.
Yeah, exactly right. Like you can't play the same rules, and everyone's just trying to front run everyone, and then ending up like nothing picks up. So almost some part of me feels like we might not get a heavily out cycle because legit teams will not want too much speculation on their project, and not legit teams will just cut it very short. It's going to be a rare case, in my opinion.
Interesting prediction.
But I'm still searching.
I think on that note, folks, if you have any other interesting stuff for us to play around with, we might do in the future sort of like a, like test product kind of stuff, so we'll be sharing our screen and we'll be testing the products and see if it's something cool that we like. That's actually a very interesting concept. We should talk about that more. But yeah, until next time.
Sounds
Cheers.
good, bro. Take care.
Cheers, man. Take care.